Hi, my name's Nick Broughton, and I'm a Randomfish. Hit that subscribe button and let's all be Randomfishes together, shall we? This time on Fan Film Fanaticisms, I'm going to be talking about Star Wars. That's right, a subject I don't tackle all that often because I am not a Star Wars fan. Wait, no, I am. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, that's the point. But anyway, moving on. So, what exactly do I feel it takes to make a good Star Wars film? Well, that's another story for another day. But a fan film, on the other hand, has to have, I believe, a whole bunch of decent components to them. And there's a lot of them out there. Like, a lot. I was researching this stuff on YouTube and, by God, it was insane. Trying to find a decently well done yet still very cool Star Wars fan film is very hard, because a lot of them actually are lightsaber fights only, like lightsaber specific fan film fights, as it were. So I want to talk about two very specific ones that I feel are very powerful, very connective, and come from a very good source that actually enjoys and, you know, works well with the source material. The first one, this should come as a surprise to no one who's a die-hard Star Wars fan, to no one who's actually a decent fan of Star Wars in general, from a YouTube channel called Star Wars Theory. Yep, that's right, I'm talking about that guy. He is incredible, he really is. He's a lot of fun, he's incredibly faithful to Star Wars, he does his theories about what-ifs and everything else and all that sort of thing, and it's very well executed to the point where I legitimately find myself tracking down some of his older videos to watch because it fills me with Star Wars-y joy. It fills me with such joy, it really does. So, his fan film actually is Vader's Shards of the Past. And I mean, it's interesting to knock back on something like that because Vader on his own, I can understand people making fan films about him, because Vader, this is a problem that comes up in a lot of fan films, and it's this: making your actors look like the characters. Now, I have nothing against fan films. I have nothing against people playing other characters that are meant to happen with these sorts of things. But two characters I really feel should not be as well portrayed in the fan films as they will ever be in the actual movies. The first is Lord Voldemort from the Harry Potter films, when he's Ralph Fiennes resurrected. And the other is, sad to say, Emperor Palpatine. Palpatine, Darth Sidious, cannot be imitated, at least not to any real massive degree. He can be well imitated, yes, but I don't think he can ever be perfectly imitated. Same thing with Voldemort, I feel. So, the reason why I bring this up is that you have Palpatine in this fan film. The idea is that this is a Vader who is fighting back against the Emperor. There's a whole thing where he takes out a whole bunch of clone troopers, he's blocking lightning, he's doing all sorts of really cool things, done really well with this thing. And honestly, the writing, the crew of people that he put together for this is insane. Now, obviously, I'm going to leave a link to Shards of the Past in there with the Star Wars Theory YouTube page link as well, because frankly, if you haven't seen him yet, you should go check him out. Seriously, he's a lot of fun. Please do. It's brilliant. But here's where I want to talk about something that's a little bit more interesting to me, and that is that Star Wars Theory has done, this is the first real fan film that he's put a lot of weight behind. But it's not just that one that I want to talk about either. I said I had to talk about two, but Star Wars Theory opened up an entire beehive of things. And his what if videos, despite them not being 100% like, they're not live action or anything like that, but they are well done and they are brilliant fan films of the Star Wars universe. And this led me to the point of going, well, in that case, surely I should be looking at ones that are much grander, not just the grand ones, but grand in storytelling just as much. And honestly, it's a lot of fun to sort of watch these things. The what if videos, the two favourite ones that I have that I've discovered over the years through Star Wars Theory was what if Qui-Gon Jinn trained Anakin, and what if Darth Maul had been trained as a Jedi. These two are amazing. The first one, what if Qui-Gon trained Anakin, is predicated on the assumption that Darth Maul killed Obi-Wan, not Qui-Gon Jinn, which is a weird one, but it's still fun to watch and still fun to sort of listen to as an idea, which is very cool. And it leads to Qui-Gon being the one to train Anakin, not Kenobi. As we all know, Kenobi was not as well equipped to train Anakin as Qui-Gon might have been, so this leads to the assumption that Qui-Gon training Anakin would lead to a much more prosperous version of Skywalker, which is fair enough to sort of see, I would have assumed. The other one, what if Maul had been found by the Jedi, is a lot of fun because you see him trained by Yoda. What do you say? I say you see him. You see him in your imagination being trained by Yoda. You see him learning to fight with the likes of Windu. You see his blade still being double-bladed lightsaber, but it's purple instead of red, which is very cool. And of course, you get to experience a story where Maul is not a focus of anger or rage, but a force of passion, of drive, of using the dark side to enhance his abilities, not letting it control him like so many Sith did. And it's so cool to watch. Like, there's an animated version of it that's on the channel. Again, I urge you to watch this. And all of these things will be put in the description below, I swear. But Star Wars Theory in general opened up a lot of fanboyish dreams for a lot of people. Talking about him is... it's like opening a suitcase to reveal it's Mary Poppins' suitcase. It's very difficult to encompass everything about him through that one fan film, I feel. And while it's well executed, and I do enjoy it, and I heartily applaud him for what he did, I truly do, and honestly, please, if you haven't, subscribe to him, as well as subscribe to this channel. Weird plug, I know. But the other one I want to talk about is not really found on any particular channel that I've ever found, but I will leave a link in the description to find the video as well, just in case. And it is called Contract of Evil. This one is a lot more interesting to me because it covers a lot of Legends talk. And while I know DC has put the stop to Legends and, stopped the EU and said that it's Legends now, not anything else, and therefore it's not canon within the Star Wars universe. Yes, to all of you fanboys out there who are saying, but I like the MCU, it's not canon anymore. I love it too, but face facts, it's gone now. But it's interesting to watch this because you see these two Zabrak-ish males with what is basically a contract who've stolen something. And they represent the Brotherhood of Darkness, which, if those of you who don't know your Legends continuity, was a force of Sith. They were a group of Sith who wanted to try and rule the universe and destroy the Jedi, do what the Sith usually do. These two are stood there with the contract, trying to sort of figure out what they're going to do next. And Maul finds them. And Maul says, my master is the only Sith, you are going to die for what you've done, blah blah blah, you're not real Sith. These other two guys, they snarl, they do their thing, they jump up, they get their lightsabers out and they start fighting. And you see Maul go from using one blade to using the two-bladed, double-bladed lightsaber that he has, and he fights and he kills them both. And it's very cool. And the reason why I bring this up is because of one thing. Because this is something that I've always enjoyed watching. And this is why I enjoy watching Star Wars fan films. This film was made some time ago. It was made back before Disney owned the rights. It was back before any of that stuff happened. And honestly, to me anyway, I know Legends is in continuity, but it's still fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch, say, there's a Revan fan film out there, which I do heartily recommend. I'm not talking about it on this channel because, again, there's so many out there. I had to pick just one or two to talk about, and I'm talking about these two. Yes, this is a short video, but to talk about Star Wars fan films is something that I really, if I get into it, it won't be like a 10-minute video. It'll be a 40 to 1 hour long video of just me ranting. And I don't think anybody wants that. So, honestly, there's a lot of good Star Wars fan films out there. There's one more that I kind of want to talk about, but I only want to talk about it in passing because, like I said before, there's the fan films that people make, and then there's the lightsaber fights that people make. Now, these are two very distinct categories. I want to make that clear. Star Wars fan film is taking the franchise or creating a character from some other point or some other era in time and creating a film based on that. That is what that is. A lightsaber fight is literally that for I don't know how many minutes. So what am I talking about? Why am I talking about that particular concept? Well, the lightsaber fights, there are some good ones out there. And there's a couple that I want to list off. One I really want to list off, actually. Ryan versus Dorkman. Again, if you haven't watched that, please do. I will do my best again to leave links in the description for this. But it's fun. It is a lot of fun to observe. The reason why is because you get to see people with FX or SFX, if you will, experience creating their own lightsabers or creating their own lightsaber colors and their own lightsaber sounds and everything else. And it's a lot of fun to watch. There's a sequel to it, Ryan vs. Dorkman 2. It's a lot of fun. There's a whole bunch of them all over the place, and some of them are really well done, some of them are quite poorly done, but it's still within that fun. And it's still a lot of interest, and it's still a lot of intrigue, and it's still a lot of everything. And to me, a good fan film is that. Despite whether it being poorly made or well made, it's the love and the passion of that thing that binds you and what makes it good. Star Wars Theory does this very, very well. I heartily recommend him. Contract of Evil does it very well as well. And frankly, I recommend that video almost as much. Lightsaber fight films? Yes. Yes. Watch them purely for the interesting effects and the interesting attempts that they take at it. And it's a lot of fun. You know what? That's all the time I have for this week. So, next week, I want to talk about Harry Potter fan films. And yes, I am talking about a couple of specific ones. But please, Star Wars fans, whether you like the sequel trilogy, the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, some of them, one of them out of the three, and you're hating on the other ones, can we all just agree on one thing? Star Wars fans, you're friggin' awesome. Randomfish, out.